Hello and welcome. I am Cy, and today I wanted to just speak my mind about how I feel about Joe Rogan's response about the Spotify controversy and the idea that he is spreading misinformation. And I'm going to just go ahead and say, first of all, that I don't believe that Joe is spreading disinformation at all. And I respect Joe. And there were a couple of things he said that I liked, and there were a couple of things that I don't like that he said. And so we're going to get right into that. First of all, here's what I liked that he said.
Thank you to everyone that sent love and support. I truly, truly appreciate it. And it's been very nice to hear from you. The podcast has been accused of spreading dangerous misinformation, specifically about two episodes, a little bit about some other ones, but specifically about two. One with Dr. Peter McCullough and one with Dr. Robert Malone. Dr. Peter McCullough is a cardiologist, and he is the most published physician in his field in history. Dr. Robert Malone owns 9 patents on the creation of mRNA vaccine technology and is at least partially responsible for the creation of the technology that led to mRNA vaccines. Both these people are very highly credentialed, very intelligent, very accomplished people, and they have an opinion that's different from the mainstream narrative. I wanted to hear what their opinion is. I had them on, and because of that, those episodes were labeled as being dangerous. They had dangerous misinformation in them. The problem I have with the term misinformation, especially today, is that many of the things that we thought of as misinformation just a short while ago are now accepted as fact. Like, for instance, 8 months ago, if you said, if you get vaccinated, you can still catch COVID and you can still spread COVID, you would be removed from social media. They would ban you from certain platforms. Now, that's accepted as fact. If you said, I don't think cloth masks work, you would be banned from social media. Now, that's openly and repeatedly stated on CNN. If you said, I think it's possible that COVID-19 came from a lab, you'd be banned from many social media platforms. Now, that's on the cover of Newsweek. All of those theories that at one point in time were banned were openly discussed by those two men that I had on my podcast that have been accused of dangerous misinformation.
Now, in addition to that, I also like the fact that he was very humble and respectful, more humble and respectful than I would expect a person who is as well known as he is to be. So I give him credit on that too. But here is what he said that I don't like, and I'll tell you why after.
One of the things that Spotify wants to do that I agree with is that at the beginning of these controversial podcasts, like specifically ones about COVID, is to put a disclaimer and say that you should speak with your physician and that these people and the opinions that they express are contrary to the opinions of the consensus of experts, which I think is very important. Sure, have that on there. I'm very happy with that. Also, I think if there's anything that I've done that I could do better is have more experts with differing opinions right after I have the controversial ones. I would most certainly be open to doing that.
Okay, so Joe is trying to maybe make an apology and saying that he'll try to show a balanced view and maybe show, after he shows something that he perceives as controversial, to show what the consensus of the experts are. That's what I have the problem with. I think in the world that we live in today, the consensus of the experts that he's talking about, the ones that you see on the TV, isn't a consensus of experts at all. It is a consensus of a conspiracy and a consensus of a few that are put in front of us to basically program us to see things in a certain way. So I don't think that we need to apologize, first of all, about showing something that may be controversial compared to what you're hearing on the mainstream media. We should be able to say whatever we want to say, and nobody should be able to take us down or cancel us because we say what we think. In addition, those doctors that he interviewed, Peter McCullough and Robert Malone, are actually pretty moderate compared to what a lot of doctors and scientists that have really seen what this whole thing has been about. And they're not spreading misinformation, they're telling their point of view. And so I think we need everybody to see those things, and those things are the things that have been censored. We don't need a balanced view. Everybody is hearing the so-called consensus from the media all the time. We need to see the people that don't believe in that. And I would venture to say that there's probably way more doctors and scientists that don't agree with the so-called consensus of the experts. So the experts on the other side are just being censored. And so that's what I don't think that Joe should need to show a balanced view about. We should be showing people what they're not hearing, and that is what he did, and we should show more of those people. That being said, who knows even if this video will stay up because I'm saying that. I had a whole YouTube channel banned just because I showed other experts showing something different than what the mainstream media is telling us. So that's where I stand with Joe. Joe, you don't need to apologize. I respect you for what you did. Please do more of that and don't apologize for it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.
I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate.